Hey guys, my name is ninjago, and today I will be reviewing Ninjago episode 67, The Time of Traitors. So, for the least part, I could say that this was actually better than the first two Hands of Time episodes. That is just my opinion. At least they get to tell us, some, we get, some of the story. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. So, I believe the episode started off when, the ninja were at their new temple, and they're trying to figure out what the helmet was from the Vermilion from last episode. Or from the Vermilion, yeah, soldiers from the last episode. And, yeah, like, I don't know, I think Jay was playing around with it. And, yeah, and even, wear the helmet. And there was, and yeah, and they went to Wu, like, they're telling, I think they're, asking Wu what this was, but, but Wu was so tired to answer. Like, he knew it was from the Time Twins, but he fell asleep. And ever since he got stroked by the forward time blade, he has been tired because he has been actually aging, I believe. And yeah, but yeah, and I think there was a scene where we had the Time Twins, and Crux is telling E-Coordinates his plans, and about the Vermilion and all. Like, he's planning his, breeding of the Vermilion, and also about the armor and stuff. And yeah, and he gets to introduce his three commanders, Vermilion commanders, Commander Ragmunk, Commander Blanc, and Commander Machia, I think that is. And I don't know, I just love these characters. I think I prefer the original Serpentine, but I don't know, I just like, they're just funny, I guess. And yeah, and Commander Machia wants, she said if they don't shut up, then she said that she's going to eat them, which is, I found that kind of funny, but, yeah. So, what's cool about them is that they could actually control the Vermilion. So, yeah, Crux said they were, bred to actually control, like, most of the Vermilion, and to do whatever they say. So, and yeah, that is cool. And so yeah, I think they were planning, all the villains were, I guess, planning to attack the city. And oh yeah, and then not too far away, Kai visits the museum, which, the lab is right at the museum, or in the museum at in fact. But yeah, some snakes spotted him, and then they went to the lab, and then yeah, they were worrying, and then they told them to the commanders, and which told to the Time Twins, and they were wondering how they should stop Kai. And then again, Crux has, again dressed up as Dr. Sanders, which is not a real person, just a fake name. But and yeah, and he went at Kai, he tried to steal that helmet, but yeah, then Kai spotted him, and then Dr. Sanders is like, oh yeah, and then I'm Dr. Sanders, and then and yeah, and he's and then Kai asked what the helmet was, and then and he says, nah, it's cheap, and then, because, yeah, he know what it is, but he won't tell it to Kai. And then I think, oh yeah, I think there was this funny scene where Kai is actually, you know, sitting in a chair, then it opens the, door for the lab, and then Dr. Sanders tries to hide it. Also, he's trying to hide that, that tomb that, Cyrus Borg was in, and, yeah, he's trying to hide that, and he's also trying to hide his wheelchair too, and yeah, and he end up doing it anyways, but, and then Kai finally found out that it was from the Time Twins, and then, Dr. Sanders keep telling Kai that it's a myth, and while he ran at Kai, the statue, he accidentally, dropped his whiskers, his fake whiskers, and, yeah, and it all revealed that he was Crux, and, sorry about the background, if you could hear it, I don't know, the music might, block, yeah, but, yeah, then Kai knows that, Dr. Sanders is Crux, and, yeah, and then Crux says, yeah, that is absolutely correct, and yeah, Kai found out that he wasn't lost in time, and, yeah, and they start to fight, and I actually like this, scene, and yeah, and also, before I continue, talking about that, I'll tell you, what also happened. I think what also happened in the episode was, oh yeah, I think the ninja were in the lab. Yeah, Zane was in the lab, and the ninja were trying to, find out, what, you know, attacked Zane, and also what kidnapped Cyrus Borg. But but when they went to the security cameras, they found out it was Ecornix, and they found out that Ecornix was alive, and then they found out that Crux was helping them. So, yeah, and he was dressed up as Dr. Sanders, and of course, but, and yeah, they did it in slow motion for the camera, extra slow motion, because, you know, Ecornix was using his fast forward time blade, and, yeah, so that's how they find out. Oh yeah, they were actually also, trying to fix Zane, I think, and yeah, and then, and also, I think, Ecornix and Crux were, I think, getting the Vermilion ready, and then they attacked the city, and then, which leads us to, Jay and Cole, and then, yeah, they were fighting. But now back to the scene where, yeah, Kai and Crux. So, I think, yeah, and Ecornix joined, in, yeah, Ecornix joined in, and then, they were fighting Kai, and yeah, and Kai was all alone until Nia appeared, and so 2 against 2, they, fight, and yeah, it was an epic battle between the Time Twins versus the, 2 ninja, which were Kai and Nia. And yeah, and we got this entire fight scene, and Kai and Nia were fighting until Crux, you know, was, you know, tossed into the tomb that Dr. Sanders was in, or the, you know, ancient Egypt, you know, thing, and then, and yeah, and, Kai and Nia were kind of celebrating, but, Cornix was still there, and he ended up getting escaped, and they, end up end up escaping with Cyrus Borg when a Cornix, you know, quickly grab the fast forward time blade, and then yeah, and they poof out of there. And also I forgot to tell you that yeah, Crux said to Kai that his parents were traitors, and then in the samurai and in the end of the episode, Kai was wondering about if his, you know, parents were really traitors, but yeah, but yeah, so, and then, you know, Nia was there, wondering about Kai, or concerned about Kai, and then, yeah, I think Kai didn't told Nia, but, yeah, and yeah, all the other ninja were there, I think, and yeah, the episode ended. So, what do I think about the this episode? It was yeah, I said this in the beginning of the video, but it was a whole lot better than the first 2 episodes. The first 2 episodes were a bit boring, I guess. I don't know, but, well, not boring, but like there was some exciting stuff about it, but they focused way too much on the fighting, and yeah, so, and I thought the characters were kind of weird. I think they're kind of still weird, you know, their new personalities, but I think the good stuff kind of cover up the bad stuff this time. But yeah, and I like they you know, introduced more characters, like, you know, all the 3, you know, Vermilion commanders. I think that was cool, and I like the, you know, that Crux told Kai that his parents were traitors. I can't tell if they were actually traitors, but yeah, it's something interesting for later episodes. And yeah, so this is probably the first episode without the Hangman brothers that I actually liked. And I know not everything was perfect, but it was great anyways. But I might give this episode a 9 out of 10. It's not completely perfect, but it's great. So, okay, so yeah, that's all I have to say. If you did enjoy this video, why not leave a like, and also subscribe if you haven't yet. And also, while subscribing, please ring that bell, so yeah, you'll know when a new video comes out. And then also, please comment, what do you think about this episode. So yeah, my name is Multi Command Ninjago here, and I'm signing out. Bye bye.